patience with me. I'm going to see if I can get as many of these knocked out as I can. This is number 4. Usually I only do 3. Welcome, Aquarius. This is May 31st. Let's see what your energy is looking like. In the thick of and enjoying our Mercury retrograde, I've had many, many adventures with every single electronic in my house, from my phone to my Alexa, my doorbell, my Wi-Fi. Even the light bulb went out on my snake habitat, which was kind of interesting because it wasn't even the bulb at first, and then it was the bulb, and I felt frustrated. I've been trying to do videos for you guys since Saturday. So what is that? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days. Internet finally, I had to do something special to the modem, and it finally came back. So if you're feeling a little weird or wonky with Mercury retrograde, I want to hear what your stories are. It's kind of been off on, and it's just Gemini, of course. All right, let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius moon, so let's see how this applies. Here we go. Wheel of Fortune, right where you're supposed to be. Timing, things in alignment, feeling as if things are fated. We got 10 of Wands, which is burden, a lot on your plate. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the Devil card's coming up in 4 readings so far. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which is enjoying the things that you wrought, doing things over and over again to get these results, making sure you continue to do what it is you're supposed to. 10 of Wands is burden. So the task that you set for yourself, the things that you demand of yourself, is being asked to use emotion with it based on the King of Cups. So what that means is 9 of Pentacles, keep doing what you're doing. It's time to move forward and keep doing what you're doing. Burden, what is it you say you were going to do? That's why I'm doing these videos, because I made an agreement with myself that I would keep the commitment of my YouTube, even though I get busy or I'm out of it, right? So we have here this burden. What is it you're carrying? What is it you want to do? We have the 9 of Pentacles. Keep doing and repeating your efforts. King of Cups, come from love. The Devil card, what is it that drives you, Aquarius? Because the Devil card is a Capricorn card. Capricorn being stubborn and being driven and being all about in alignment with the things that drive you. Now, this could be the program of your childhood. Some of us have a Catholic upbringing, which is guilt and shame, or we feel like we have certain things to attain to. The Devil also is about our habits, the things that we do that we know we shouldn't. Right? So that could be anything from substances to not telling the truth or hiding our vulnerability. It could be down to watching too much Netflix, sleeping too much, not owning our commitments, doing things we say we're going to do, and coming from integrity. The Capricorn card, the Devil card, also has to do with our programs, the things that drive us. What's behind the curtain? What Oz is back there that's telling us our subconscious mind to do the things that we do? This is taking a look at that. And we have the King of Cups, which tells it has something to do with emotions. You also have the King of Wands. What is it you're physically doing? So the King of Wands is next to the 8 of Wands. You feel as if you've already launched the thing that you're supposed to do, and you feel as if I've done enough. Now we have to wait and see what the harvest looks like, right? We have the Moon card, which is a little bit about a fear. So there might be some moving parts that are going on around you where you're feeling like, I don't know how I'm going to rein these things in. But the first card that you had was the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune tells us time, wait, timing, opportunity, right? I wouldn't be surprised if the Fool card shows up for you, which is crossroads, things that you have to decide. Ace of Swords will do. Same thing as the Fool. It's making decisions. It's a new beginning. Now, mind you, sometimes new beginnings come in small phases. A new beginning with a diet, new beginning with a relationship, or possibly even something that has to do with work, taking on a new job. So the Ace of Swords has to do with making a decision and pivot. So where is it you're pivoting? You've already launched things. You've already set them out. Now, this is how I feel. I'm an Aquarius moon. I already feel like I've set myself up. I've done enough, right? But this is telling you the moon having to do with fear, having to do with secrets, having to do with emotion. What emotions are driving you? And what decisions are you making based on those emotions? Ace of Cups is also in play. Emotions, love, feelings. New beginnings all over the place for you. So I think you're waffling between how it is you want to do things. Should you be driven or should you come by faith? So here it is. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. So money is a big focus for you as well. Now the High Priestess is in play. What I love about the High Priestess is it teaches us to trust our intuition. The High Priestess also gives us the effects of emotions. It's all about emotions. The Moon card and the High Priestess. Trust your intuition. This is telling us that you might even have an idea. High Priestess next to the Queen of Pentacles. Hi, Holly. So the Queen of Pentacles tells us like how we nurture our money. How the 7 of Pentacles next to this here, right, is the Queen of Pentacles is whether we nurture our money versus drive our money or drive our work. So the the King of Wands has to do with the direction in which we take things. Male energy being go get, female energy, or it doesn't have to be male or female as in personality, but this is our direction and how we want to play with our money. Now, are we nurturing it? Are we honoring it? Or are we just like driving it like a hammer? Okay, so the High Priestess is telling us to trust what our intuition says about these things. Now, interestingly enough, the Seven of Pentacles is in play. The Seven of Pentacles showed up for Capricorn as well, as so did the Devil card for everyone today. The Seven of Pentacles has to do with taking a good long look at where you stand. We're often afraid to look at where we stand with our weight. We ignore it. With our relationship, we don't want to speak to it because it might upset the boat. It might rock things. Now, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is taking a look at what you have. She's getting ready to harvest what she has, but this also tells us now that we've harvested it, what do we do with it? Perfect analogy. I had 20-something pounds of apricots. I've never canned anything in my life. So pulling all of this and looking at my resources, I had to look and see what it is I wanted to create with it. So this right here is about what you're doing next. Now remember, you have the Eight of Wands. Now that you've launched things, now that you have things in play, what is it that you want to create, Aquarius? Six of Cups, nostalgia. You want to create community, Aquarius? Do you want to, of course Aquarius wants to create community. So here's the thing, you're having this nostalgic feeling, this, wanting things to go back to the way they were, wanting to bring forward a quality of emotion probably, because Six of Cups has to do with childhood and playfulness and wanting to be in a space of warmth and community and having things go back to that warm, loving community feeling. So the end result is get support. Okay, go to your community. The end result is also about stick with the feeling. If you have the Moon card, which is about emotions, and the Six of Cups, bringing the kind of emotion that you want to create forward and being able to trust that. I got a question about this because we want to pull one more card. The Star card. The thing that's coming up for you is don't let go of hope. So interestingly enough, the cards and the study that I've been doing lately, over this last couple of weeks, has to do with faith. You have a lot of cards here that talk about faith and hope. Okay, the Star card being hope for what you have in your mind and hope for a better future and hope for the things that you're setting in alignment to come forward. Where are all my notes? I can't see any of my comments. I don't know what Holly's saying, but it says there's a comment. All right, so the Star card, hope. So don't give up hope, and remember that things are all in a divine timing and alignment. So whatever it is that you have put forward, continue on your path, right? Have a little faith, trust yourself, High Priestess, trust yourself. And remember, don't come from emotions on these decisions, okay? Our emotions can drive us. It's very different than intuition. So emotions are, I'm upset, so I'm going to yell. I'm sad, so I'm going to cry. I'm hopeful, so I want to share my story. So the emotions don't always have to be negative. I know there's a difference between being emotional and expressing emotions, and what this is telling you is to stay in hope and stay in faith, because things are in a divine alignment for you regardless. Hopefully that's helpful. I'm going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. Let me shuffle this and we'll see where you sit with that. This is your little confirmation for the week. In the meanwhile, karmaondeck.com to book your one-on-one. There are some local events going on in person, drum circles on new moon and full moon, so that we can set some intentions and then follow up with it on the full moon. I'll be doing those every 2 weeks. My Tarot 101 class will be in person. The next one, it's all listed on the website. If you have any questions, karmaondeck702@gmail, let me know. And we'll see if we can't get you hooked up with some of these resources and playing with some of your cards of your own. Hope. Hi, Coben. I need that. Dark time. I need to be logical. And it's not always about logic, guys. It's about trust yourself, because sometimes your intuition will tell you something counterintuitive. My Wi-Fi went out, and it's been out since, I want to say yesterday, 5 o'clock. I sat down, got all set up, fixed my picture-in-picture because OBS booted me out, rebooted, and it would do my picture-in-picture. So it took me a couple hours to figure that out, and then my internet promptly went down. Now, day and a half, I was trying to play with this Wi-Fi, plugging, unplugging, following the cords, making sure everything was plugged in, shutting it off, resetting passwords, resetting. Finally went through, highly recommended, by the way, shut off every single electronic in my house, anything that has conscious awareness. So there went my, even my light bulbs that are linked to my phone, my app. And it still wouldn't boot for me. Something inside of me told me to put it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer. Who does that? I don't know. I was desperate. I put it in the freezer. 20 minutes later, I took it out, plugged it in, and it worked fine. Now, counterintuitive. It doesn't sound like something that would naturally work. I am not tech savvy. I don't know why I did it, but the little machine was telling me, something within me was saying, it's too hot. Put it in, it's working fine. Hi. So whatever that intuition is, it doesn't mean go do crazy things, okay? It just means trust yourself a little bit more. All right, here we go for your message for this week. Interpretation. I was just talking about that. So trust yourself. Sometimes things feel counterintuitive. When I see visions or hear things or assume something or that pops in my head during meditation, I go and I look it up on Google and it's usually there. So this is interpretation. So sometimes information, you know that expression, projection is perception. Sometimes it's your interpretation of events and how things are playing out that causes to have a disconnect. So unplug a little bit. Take a step back, go into meditation, find yourself, find your own voice in the matter, and speak to that. Trust yourself. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will catch you on the flip side. I'm going to sage a little bit and see if I have energy to do one more for you, maybe two, and get halfway there for the week and catch up. Love and light, guys. Remember what I always say, the love